Hello and welcome, dear friends. It is so wonderful to have you here as we embark on a journey to celebrate something truly special, something that fills the heart with warmth and hope. Today, we're going to talk about love, about purpose, and about two remarkable human beings who have dedicated their lives to making this world a brighter, kinder, and more just place for all of us. So grab a cup of your favorite tea, get cozy, and let me take you on a story that I promise will leave your spirit lifted and your faith in humanity restored. In a world that often feels dominated by digital division and online discord, there are beacons of hope who dedicate their lives to lighting the path toward a more just, equitable, and compassionate future. Tonight, as the stars align for the 57th NAACP Image Awards, we are reminded of the profound power of service and the extraordinary impact of visionary leadership. And at the heart of this celebration, we find the unwavering commitment of two individuals who have not just spoken about change, but have actively, tirelessly, and gracefully engineered it. Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Just hours after concluding a deeply significant humanitarian visit to Jordan, where they walked alongside the World Health Organization to address critical issues of health, mental wellness, and support for communities affected by conflict, the couple delivered a moment of pure magic. They made a surprise virtual appearance at the NAACP Image Awards Creative Honors in Los Angeles, proving that their dedication knows no bounds, no jet lag, and no pause button. It was a testament to their relentless work ethic and their sacred promise to use their voices for the greater good. This appearance wasn't just a cameo, it was a homecoming of sorts. It marked the 5th anniversary of a partnership that has quietly become one of the most powerful alliances in modern philanthropy, the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award. This year, they took to the screen from their Montecito home, standing side by side with a quiet intensity and warmth, to announce the latest visionary to receive this honor, the formidable legal scholar and advocate, Dr. Mary Ann Franks. This is a story about legacy, about the quiet power of showing up, and about a couple who has transformed their global platform into a launch pad for the unsung heroes of our digital age. Let us take a deep, heartfelt dive into the significance of this milestone and celebrate the radiant work of the Sussexes. The year 2026 marks a spectacular milestone. 5 years of the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award. What began as a groundbreaking idea in 2022 has blossomed into one of the most anticipated honors of the NAACP Image Awards season. The 57th NAACP Image Awards, a glittering celebration of achievement by people of color across film, television, music, and literature, provided the perfect backdrop for this anniversary. But it was during the creative honors, the precursor to the main event, that the true spirit of the weekend came alive. The Duke and Duchess, in a pre-recorded message that radiated warmth and sincerity, appeared against a familiar, elegant backdrop in their California home. Meghan, radiant in a pristine white roll-neck jumper with her dark hair softly curled, and Harry, distinguished in a crisp white shirt and dark jacket, embodied a partnership that is as stylish as it is substantive. Their presence was a gift. A reminder that they are not distant figureheads, but active, engaged participants in the fight for a better world. One of the most beautiful and telling details of this award is its history. Since its inception, every single recipient of the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award has been a woman. This is not a coincidence. It is a deliberate and powerful statement. Harry and Meghan, through Archwell, have consciously chosen to elevate the voices of women whose courage and vision are reshaping the digital landscape for the better. They understand that the fight against online harassment, disinformation, and inequity is often led by those who face the brunt of it, and they have made it their mission to put those leaders on a pedestal. The inaugural recipient in 2022 was the brilliant Dr. Sophia Noble, a MacArthur Fellow, Internet Studies scholar, and author of the landmark book Algorithms of Oppression. Dr. Noble's work, which explores how search engines reinforce racism and sexism, set the perfect tone for what this award represents: a fearless confrontation with the hidden biases coded into our technology. Along with the honor, the award came with a $100,000 unrestricted stipend, a testament to the Sussexes' understanding that meaningful support means providing the resources for these visionaries to continue their transformative work. In 2024, the couple personally informed Dr. Joy Buolanwani that she was the recipient, honoring her groundbreaking advocacy and research into racist and sexist biases in artificial intelligence. Known as the poet of code, Dr. Buolanwani's work with the Algorithmic Justice League aligns perfectly with the Sussexes' mission to ensure technology serves humanity, not the other way around. Each year, the choice of honoree has been more poignant and powerful than the last. And now, in this 5th anniversary year, they have done it again. Dr. Mary Ann Franks is a name that every person who cares about the future of the internet should know. A nationally recognized legal scholar, author, and president of the Cyber Criminal Rights Initiative, Franks has dedicated her life to exploring the dual nature of technology, how it can both protect and endanger our fundamental rights. Her book, Fearless Speech, Breaking Free from the First Amendment, challenges conventional notions of free expression and argues for a framework that centers on dignity and equality. She has been a steadfast voice for the vulnerable, leading efforts to combat online abuse and gender-based harassment, and helping to craft policies and legislation that prioritize safety and justice for all. By honoring Dr. Franks, Harry and Meghan are shining a light on the legal and policy battles that are being waged behind the screens to protect us all. They are sending a clear message that protecting civil rights in the digital age is not optional, it is essential. To truly appreciate the Sussexes' appearance at the NAACP Image Awards, one must understand the whirlwind of compassion that preceded it. Just days before, the couple had returned from a poignant 2-day visit to the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. This was not a royal tour of old, it was a modern humanitarian mission. They traveled with a World Health Organization delegation, joining WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus for meetings and site visits focused on global health, mental health, and the urgent need for support in conflict zones. During this trip, Harry, ever the empathetic leader, used his voice to call for something desperately needed: the opening of aid corridors to help people in Gaza. He told reporters, "The aid corridors need to be opened, and they are currently not," echoing the urgent calls from humanitarian organizations worldwide. This is the authentic, uncompromising Harry, a man who has found his true calling in advocating for the voiceless. And Meghan, by his side, continues to be the gravitational force that turns empathy into action. Their ability to seamlessly transition from discussing global humanitarian crises with world leaders to celebrating artists and activists at a starlit awards gala speaks to their unique, modern brand of royalty, one that is defined not by birthright, but by service. The relationship between the Sussexes and the NAACP is deep and mutual, a beautiful bond built on shared values and a common fight for justice that has only grown stronger with each passing year. This bond was officially and magnificently cemented in 2022 during a glittering ceremony that left everyone watching with tears in their eyes and hope in their hearts, when Harry and Meghan were presented with the prestigious NAACP President's Award. This was not just another trophy for their shelf, not merely another accolade to add to an already impressive collection. The President's Award is presented in recognition of special achievement and distinguished public service, and its previous recipients read like a pantheon of global icons, a veritable who's who of the most courageous and impactful figures of our time. Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, who fought with his fists and his principles. Jesse Jackson, the tireless crusader for civil rights, who marched alongside Dr. King. Colin Powell, the groundbreaking military leader and statesman. Condoleezza Rice, the brilliant diplomat and scholar who shattered glass ceilings. LeBron James, the king of the court who uses his voice to uplift his community. And Rihanna, the global superstar and philanthropist who has redefined what it means to give back. To be named among such luminous company was a profound validation of the work they had set out to do post-royal life, a confirmation that their decision to step back and serve on their own terms was the right one, not just for them, but for the world. NAACP President and CEO Derek Johnson put it perfectly when he announced the honor, his words resonating with truth and admiration. He praised the couple, stating they have heeded the call to social justice and have joined the struggle for equity both in the U.S. and around the world. He noted that they don't just lead by example, but they also inspire the next generation of activists through the very award we are celebrating today, planting seeds that will grow into forests of change for decades to come. This honor was a beautiful, full-circle moment, acknowledging that their commitment to fighting for a more just world was being recognized by one of the most important civil rights organizations in history, an institution that has been on the front lines of the battle for equality for over a century. It was as if the NAACP was wrapping its arms around them and saying, "You are family. You are one of us. Your fight is our fight." Their list of humanitarian accolades is as impressive as it is heartfelt, each one telling a story of dedication and compassion that touches every corner of the globe. In December 2022, they received the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Ripple of Hope Award, which honors champions of social justice who stand up to oppression, following in the footsteps of the great RFK himself, a man who understood that each of us has the power to create ripples that become waves of change. Meghan was individually honored at the MS Foundation's Women of Vision Awards, praised for her global advocacy to empower and advocate on behalf of women and girls by Foundation President Teresa C. Younger, and introduced by the iconic feminist Gloria Steinem, who has often spoken of Meghan with a warmth and admiration that speaks volumes about the young Duchess's character and commitment. And in October 2025, they were crowned Humanitarians of the Year at the Project Healthy Minds Gala in New York City, where they spoke movingly about the challenges of parenting in the digital age and their commitment to creating safer online spaces for their children, Archie and Lilibet, and for all children everywhere. In that moment, they weren't just Duke and Duchess, they were a mom and dad, speaking from the heart about the world they dream of leaving for their precious little ones, and their words touched every parent watching. What started as Archwell Foundation has evolved into something even more significant, more powerful, more transformative: Archwell Philanthropies. This rebranding signifies a maturation of their vision, a deepening of their purpose, an expansion of their reach. It is no longer just a foundation, it is a burgeoning movement dedicated to systemic change, a force for good that is reshaping the landscape of modern philanthropy. Their work is a beautiful tapestry woven from threads of racial justice, gender equity, mental wellness, and media responsibility, each thread carefully chosen and lovingly stitched together to create something stronger and more beautiful than any single strand could be alone. The partnership with the NAACP is the crown jewel of this work, the shining centerpiece of a portfolio of compassion that continues to grow and inspire. It demonstrates their understanding that real change requires collaboration with established, trusted institutions, that none of us can do this alone, that we must stand on the shoulders of those who came before us while reaching back to lift others. By providing the funding and the platform for the Digital Civil Rights Award, they are not trying to reinvent the wheel, but rather to give it more traction, more speed, and more power, ensuring that the work of these visionary women reaches farther and impacts more lives than ever before. We live online now, all of us. Our communities, our conversations, and our consciousness are increasingly shaped by algorithms and social media platforms that can feel impersonal and even hostile. Yet, this digital world is often a lawless frontier where harassment, disinformation, and hate speech run rampant, where the most vulnerable among us are too often the targets of cruelty and abuse. This is why the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award is more than just a nice gesture, more than just a ceremonial honor. It is a necessary intervention, a lifeline thrown into the turbulent waters of the internet to pull those fighting for justice to safety and to shore. Harry and Meghan, having experienced the toxic underbelly of online harassment firsthand, having felt the sting of false narratives and the pain of digital attacks, understand this battle on a deeply personal level. Their fight is our fight, and they have turned their own painful experiences into fuel for a movement that protects others from suffering the same fate. By honoring leaders like Dr. Franks, Dr. Balawini, and Dr. Noble, they are championing a future where technology amplifies the voices of the marginalized instead of silencing them, where algorithms serve equity instead of entrenching bias, where the digital town square is safe for everyone, regardless of race, gender, or background. They are investing in a world where our online spaces reflect the values of equity, compassion, and respect that we strive for in our physical communities. A world where our children can explore, learn, and connect without fear. As they said in their announcement for Dr. Franks, protecting civil rights in the digital age is essential to protecting them everywhere. This simple, profound truth is the guiding light of their philanthropic work, the North Star that guides every decision they make and every partnership they forge. They're not just looking at the symptoms of a broken digital world, not just applying band-aids to wounds that run deep. They are supporting the architects who are building a better one from the ground up, laying foundations of justice that will support generations to come. As we look at the journey of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, we see a powerful, enduring love story, not just between two people, but between two people and the world they seek to serve. A love that manifests in action, in service, in the quiet determination to leave every place they touch a little better than they found it. From the palaces of London to the humanitarian corridors of Jordan, from the red carpets of the NAACP Image Awards to the quiet dignity of their Montecito home, they have remained steadfast, unwavering in their commitment to each other and to the causes that fill their hearts with purpose. They have faced relentless scrutiny with grace, with dignity, with a quiet strength that has inspired millions around the globe. And they have transformed personal pain into public purpose, turning their own struggles into stepping stones for others. Their 5th anniversary celebration with the NAACP is a testament to their staying power, the sincerity of their mission, and the depth of their commitment to a cause that will define our generation. They are using their voices, their platforms, and their expertise not for personal gain, not for fame or fortune, but to create a ripple effect of compassion that will be felt for generations, touching lives they will never meet and hearts they will never know. They are teaching their children, Archie and Lilibet, and all of us, that the true measure of a life is not in the titles we hold, the wealth we accumulate, or the fame we achieve, but in the love we give and the justice we fight for. They are modeling for their little ones what it means to live with purpose, to serve with humility, and to love without reservation. So here is to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, to their beautiful family, and to the legacy of light they are building together. Here is to Dr. Marianne Franks and all the visionary women who have come before her, whose courage and brilliance are reshaping our digital world. Here is to the NAACP for their century-long fight for equality and for welcoming these two kindred spirits into their family. And here is to the enduring power of partnership, to the magic that happens when two people come together with a shared vision and open hearts. In a world that can often feel dark, divided, and discouraging, Harry and Meghan, through Archwell Philanthropies, are holding up a lantern for us all, guiding us toward a future that is more just, more compassionate, and more beautifully human than we ever thought possible. Thank you, Harry and Meghan, for being the visionaries we never knew we needed, for showing us what love in action truly looks like, and for reminding us that each of us has the power to make a difference, to create change, to leave the world a little brighter than we found it. You are, and always will be, a beacon of hope in a world that so desperately needs your light.